Hey folks, I'm back in the video. I didn't feel like doing my hair. So I got my head wrap on. But I got a full face of makeup on. That's a whole other story. All right. We are edging up on the end. We are moving in into the 20th century. So we're going to start with 1850s and 1900s in chapter 8. And this period of time is called by a bunch of names. It's called the crinoline period and the bustle period, which you know from your silhouettes. But more widely, it's known as the Victorian era. So that is this period of time that we're going to be covering. The 1850s to the 1900s was really a pivotal decade in the century. Pivotal decade in the history of the United States. We had a war. We had a civil war over the institution of slavery and some other dramatic events that then will lead us up to World War One. So that's what we're going to be talking about this in chapter 8. We're going to be talking about some changes in women's dress. So we'll be talking about the bustle. We'll be talking. We'll be continuing that series that I've been doing, getting dressed in. So we'll get some Civil War uniforms, a lady getting dressed for a ball. In those, I don't know why I love those videos. I just think they're really, really super interesting. So we'll talk about, we'll get that, okay? And then we're going to jump into the 20th century, right? In chapter 9, 1900s to 1939. We'll talk about the globalization of fashion. So we'll talk about the invention, that's probably the best way to say it, of fashion magazines. We'll also talk about World War One and its impact on fashion. Actually, in chapter 8, we're going to talk about the invention of the sewing machine and how that really helped move us toward that globalization of fashion. Okay, so again, changes in women's fashion and that getting dressed series. Okay, so in addition to this module being open, you will see that your Rep Your Culture project is open. And it's due in a couple weeks. So look at the timelines. It is a peer review project, so it actually has a due date for your project and then another due date for the peer review. And then we're easing up on the final. We only got a couple more weeks, and then we're done. All right. So as always, you can come and see me at visiting hours. I'm like this, waiting for people to come. So come see me at visiting hours. All right. Catch me in the inbox, and I'll see you on the other side in the recap.